Hey guys, what's going on? It's North Qwad here, bringing you guys another tutorial video, and in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to perfect your stream's face cam and everything that's involved around that. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it. With this, you guys can see I have both my face cams going. So how I'm doing this right now, if you guys are wondering at all, is I have OBS recording my entire screen here, and it's recording the Streamlabs OBS. And I have two different face cams going on, so you guys can see, like, there's two different ones. So if you guys were wondering how to do that, like, that's how I'm doing this for this. But anyways, without further ado with that, I have a little bit lower quality face cam recording within OBS. And then Streamlabs OBS, I'm using my main one. This is the main setup here. And I just wanted to be able to, like, show you guys everything that goes on within this. So without further ado, here is what I've got. If you guys are wondering how any of this works, I am using the scene embedding, and I'll go ahead and show you guys how that works real quick. So with this, I have everything that I have here. This scene is basically, that was like a little test one with my green screen to make it appear like I had a wall behind me. And then here we got my C920, and then with this one, I have my C920 for if I'm using the green screen. I have it a little bit differently. Like you guys can see here, I have it set up a little bit differently, but that's just going through everything, explaining it all. Here I have my face cam overlay. Here I have the lightning effect if I want to add that on. I had that made for me at one point. I don't use it too much, but that's how I have that. Here we have my recent sub stream label, and that's the one rotating there, and then the donation one right there, and then my sub count there. I'll go into showing you all of those in just a second, but how I have the scenes set up is I don't have it on my start scene here, but for every other one, I can just go ahead and show you guys real quick. We have it right here, face cam, that's the scene, and all you do is you can set it up in this scene here. You just go ahead and make that scene, put everything that you want to be in your face cam box, and basically the way that this works is that no matter what, my sub count, my donations, all of that will be perfectly lined up, like in the same way between this scene and this scene and this scene. So if you guys have ever watched my stream and you're wondering, you know, how I have it like that, that's how it is. And all you do is you just go ahead and add a source, and then under the sources, you add a scene as a source, and then you just scroll through your scenes and you select the scene that you want to add, and then boom, there it is. Just added it again. I'll obviously get rid of that one since I already have it there. But yeah, that's how I have that set up. And so this way I can just go ahead and, you know, I can change the sizes of it, stuff like that. And for the same reason, I have several windows. I have my display capture, my Elgato window, and then all the games I would be playing over here, so that if I go to my video scene or, you know, my Be Right Back scene for this, it'll have them always lined up perfectly. So that's how I do that. And since we're already going into scene embedding some, I'll go ahead and show you guys everything that I do for scene embedding. I use it as well for my alerts. We got my alert box there, so you got test follow. And what it does with that is it will go ahead and take them right at that spot. I like having a center at the bottom for every single one. And then I just go ahead and drop it on every single one of my scenes. Qwad. So we have it right there, and then, you know, we have it there and there, and it's just right in the same position every single time. And then for my effects, I have a bunch of effects tied into my Stream Deck, and how it works is I have them all over here, and then it'll go ahead and have them positioned in that way. And then when we go over here and switch over, I can go ahead and show it to you like this, and then, you know, it'll have them right in the same position like that. And, you know, you can see how it will go over here and then switch it over, and that's just how it works. But with all of this, let me just go ahead and jump into how I use my stream labels and show you guys a quick tutorial on how to do that. If you guys do not use Streamlabs OBS, you can go ahead and download stream labels, and it's a little bit differently, but it does the same thing pretty much. So this, we have, when you download Streamlabs OBS, automatically has stream labels applied, and so you just make a text and then you go ahead and select which one you want it to be. There's a bunch of different stream labels that has included, and I'll scroll through all of these in case there's any that you see that you might want to use in the future. And then, it keeps it going like that. And you could make it like subs. You can make it subs 1, 2, 3, or subs the count, and then it will change it to that. But for mine personally, I don't want to do that, so I just keep it as just the count. And if you guys are wondering how I have the colors, because I have my sub count a little different color arrangement. I have the normal yellow, and then I have a darker yellow as a gradient. It's pretty easy to set up there. And then I also have an outline of the same yellow, and so that's how I have that text spec going on there. And in case you were wondering how to do that. And also, if you guys are wanting to use stream labels within OBS Studio, maybe you just don't like Streamlabs OBS, I will really quickly show you guys how to do that. So all you have to do is you go to Streamlabs' website, and you can download stream labels separately. And then here's what it looks like. You can go ahead and adjust settings for certain things, but a lot of it does work a lot like how it does within Streamlabs OBS. Okay, so here we go. You won't be able to see my face this time since it is within OBS Studio. I just had to launch another window. But what you do is you go ahead here, you go to properties, and then under OBS Studio, since it is not tied with Streamlabs at all, it makes you go and browse for a text file. So you'll go ahead and search wherever you have them placed. With me, I have a folder for stream labels underneath my documents, but you can just set it within the Streamlabs application. I believe it's right here. Yeah, change output directory, and you can adjust it there. And then that's it. That's how you'll be able to go ahead and set up for yourself. And then you, once again, just find whichever one you want that matches what you're trying to put out. And that's basically what that. Hopefully that does help you guys that are using OBS Studio. And then with my recent donation and recent sub, for these I have them set up as a custom text element, and then I just have the size there. You just adjust the size around a little bit. And if you guys want it to rotate at all you have to do is apply a filter for a scroll. You just go under filters and then add one for scroll, and then you can set it up like that, and then you can adjust the speed and stuff like that right there. And so in case you were wondering how I have them set up like that, that's how that works. Sometimes it'll get a little bit too wide. That's why it's doing that for S&M's name, but you can't be perfect with it every single time. Like, you can always try to adjust for it, but that's how I have that set up right there. And I know a bunch of you guys can't afford stream packages yourself. Don't worry about that at all, because there are themes that are available for you guys absolutely free. And if you do want to pay for one, if you maybe see one that's offered for payment that is a little bit better quality, they do have that available within the App Store as well. It's still being worked on a little bit, but definitely keep an eye out for that if that is your option. But there are a lot. I mean, a lot. We have, what is that, around 20 or so there, and there's 43 pages of that, and you can sort it out by color, you can sort it out by having certain things. So definitely do not think that you need to go and pay for one. And then another thing that I know some people even have some trouble with is lining up their Facecam properly. So with mine, I made the Facecam overlay as big as the window here, and then for lining up your Facecam itself, you can either go ahead and have it go underneath there, but sometimes, for example, it will have it to where it's maybe expanded over. It depends on how your Facecam overlay is laid out. You can go ahead and let me duplicate this so I don't mess up what I have going on right here real quick, but I'll show you guys this. So we have this Facecam that's at the top here, and if you guys want it to be shrunken down at all you have to do is hold Alt, and then you can drag it down, and it will go ahead and cover it that way. So if it's a weird dimensioned Facecam, or you have some stuff that's going on to where your overlay might you want to make it a box instead of the full I think it's like 16 by 9 dimensions, you can go ahead and make it like that, and then you can make it like that. It's a bunch of different ways to do it like that. And then to truly set up your Facecam settings themselves, you want to go ahead and go into here. Right away, it won't show all of this, but you can just go ahead and set up the custom resolution. Sometimes it'll go ahead and try to make a different resolution, but you always want to go 1920 1080 or 1280 by 720, whichever way you do stream. And I recommend that you have it, you know, if you are streaming 1080p, have it be a 1080 resolution. If you're streaming 720p, have it be a 720 resolution. Because if you're usually streaming 720p, you might have a little bit lower tier of a computer, and I usually would, when I'd be streaming 720p, I would have mine downgraded because that was a computer issue for me. But the only other reason why you would want it maybe a higher resolution is if you have a scene such as my zoomed in face cams like this. It'll make the resolution a little bit better for you for stuff like that, but otherwise you'll just want to go ahead and match it up. And let me go back in here, show you guys the rest of this. What you want to do with the video format, you just want to play around with it as much as you can. Just see which one looks the best for you. For me, it's the, I am not even sure if it's an I or an L, but the I420. It just works the best. And then with the color range, you might want to play around with that some. The full color range, it can maybe make your stream look a little bit better, but it also takes away some of the CPU usage, stuff like that. I used to have it set to partial, but honestly, if you're having no trouble with your CPU, you might as well just go ahead and switch it to full. It might have a little bit minuscule results, but that's mainly what you're going for with this type of stuff anyways. And with the FPS, you want to go ahead and just have it match whichever one you do. You might have a webcam that has it at 60 FPS, and if you're streaming 60 FPS, do that. If you're streaming 30 FPS, set it to 30. And other than that, I think that's going to be it for this video. It was set up to be a short one, but hopefully it did help you guys out a little bit. If this video did help you at all, definitely make sure you go ahead and leave a like, subscribe to the channel so that you can see more tutorials and other videos coming up from me. I do stream regularly, so if you guys want to check me on Twitch, the link for that will be down in my description along with all my other social medias. Hope you guys did enjoy this video. This has been Qwad, and I'll see you all later. Peace. With the video format, just play around with it more.
Oh, baby, a triple! Oh,
yeah! Oh my god, that's my YouTube sub alert. Thanks for the sub.